Hey friends, it's Jenny, and guess what? I finished another class. If you can remember, I was talking about several months ago that I was not allowing myself to buy classes this year because I have so many that I haven't finished. So one of my goals this year was to try to get through half of what I have. Now, today's the 4th of July, so God bless America. Happy 4th, everybody. And this is only the second one I've done. So we're going to have to get on with it. But I'm going to Georgia this month, and I'm planning to bring 2 with me. That's all I'm going to bring to work with, just to put together these classes. And obviously I'll bring some pictures with and use stuff that I buy down there. But I'm going to bring very minimal. I'm going to pack up my essentials, my scissors, my glue, my tape runner, things that I find myself reaching for all the time. And a pile of pictures and these 2 kits, and really plan to play with the kits or things that I buy there. So let's proceed. This is a class from She Loves Color that was taught by our favorite scrapbook generation, Allison Daivs. Now I can't really show anything, like directions or anything, but these are some of the layouts that she taught. And her class pretense was using smaller paper pads. So like the dynamic designs that you can make with just using a 6x8 paper pad, or it used to be 6x6 paper pads, and how you cut those into different sizes and widths and things like that, and then put together something that comes out just beautifully. And I have to say, I love all 3 of these layouts. Now I did decorate them a little bit differently than she had in her instructions, and that's because I did have my photos available, and I just honestly looked to my photos to pick out the embellishments that I wanted to. The base is what she showed, as far as she didn't say you have to exactly use these papers, but it's like cut this amount of paper and this size strips, or cut these amounts into this size strips and then arrange them this way. So it wasn't, none of these are exactly how Allison did them. They are laid out the same and they are stitched the same. So all 3 of these layouts took longer than normal because they are all stitched on. But I have to say, I love the results, love the results. The collection that Allison was using was this Fun in the Sun by Pebbles. And what I have done is just combined everything into one pack of what I have left. So I don't have to keep the packaging for both of these, but I have quite a bit of ephemera left. Used just a couple of the titles, so we have quite a bit of this left. And as far as the 6x6 paper pad goes, really did, I would say it's about halfway. We used probably half of the paper pad. I have scraps in here, even some scraps of white cardstock. I'm going to play with this over the summer here and see, if there's anything else that I can get done with this, and then just put it away. For some reason, there is this 12x12 sheet of paper left, and this is from Fun in the Sun. So it matches the collection, and I'm sure that this is something that I can get used this summer as well. I have some shapes in here. So we had some basic shapes that we had to trace and cut. So there's some hearts in here and circles and things like that. And here's my layouts. So in this one, you'll see that it basically is taking all of the paper strips and then just putting them around in the circle. I actually put 2 circles behind here, stitching on just one of them. And then taking her embellishment, she did have the photo here, and I did use the size photo. I did map my photo twice, and then just going through the embellishments and tags and journal bits and things like that. This is how I chose to decorate it. The reason I did is because look at this squish face. So as soon as this picture, Amanda sent this picture, and actually this is from like this week, I just thought of sour, like lemons or things like that. So what I did was I looked for pieces of fruit and sunshine and things like that, because she's a little sunshine girl. And I used the title Hello Lovely. But this is just a matter of putting things up on foam, all those strips of paper, This was stitched around twice in black, and then this was stitched in white. And if you saw the back of that paper, I do have it secured, I hope, pretty well here. It looked like I would not be the neatest surgeon, that's for sure, as far as my stitching goes. But practice makes better. I don't want to say perfect because I don't think I'll ever be perfect. But I truly like how this came out. I think it's adorable. Now the next one is, these were strips that are all cut the same length, and there's maybe 2 different widths here. And then they're put into squares. So there's a square that goes vertical, then horizontal, then vertical, then horizontal, vertical, horizontal. So it just kind of represents, put that square together. This one is Quinn just leveled up in her swim class. So now she is, I forget what it's called, but she got to ring the bell after her class, and she got her little award here. So Allison did have this one where she used the 2 frames, so I did use that, where I used the 2 frames. I used 2 different frames than she used on hers. Then I put the tag here, and just, you know, some fun little embellishments here. We've got our little flamingo, the very best day, sunshines and rainbows, and happy, and this little watermelon. He's got his little swim floaties on. And I just really, this is representative of, you know, just good vibes. She has been working on this and working on this, and it basically, she had to swim, I think, across the pool without stopping, and she did it. So that's my Quinny Bee. And look at this. So this is just, I think I am going to put a piece of paper behind it, but this is my just taping over the stitching so that it doesn't come apart. So I use this twine, is from Lawn Fawn. Matches great with the summer stuff because it's kind of an ombre pink. I've used it before here, but this is what it looks like. It's really fun with summertime, that's for sure. And here's the last one. So this one is taking those pieces of paper and cutting, obviously, just strips, but because you know, this is not going to measure and go all the way across, it's, you know, combining some of them together. So this one here is just a photo of, again, this is probably from last week, of Amanda and the girls at the pool, at the swimming pool. And so we've got our little mermaid here. I got a film strip, little crabby crabs and seashells and more pretty seashells. There is like a piece of fiber or something here. I got it. The little palm tree. So some of it is decorated. I took all of my inspiration from how Allison had hers done, so that's for sure. But I did not, like I said, this, if you looked at her example, you would not see the same titles or the same ephemera in the same places, nor the same papers in the same places. She did stitch it in this way where it was, you know, up, up, down, down, up, you know, that kind of thing. And then on this side, but I think I'm going to have to go through with my little glue bottle and glue some of these extra ones down. Look at that. Holy moly. So this was a lot of fun. Another great one. Now these are some great techniques that I will definitely take going forward, but because I am because I am a 12 by 12 scrapbooker, I have lots of 12 by 12 paper. So this is kind of a great idea moving forward. So for instance, we are going to Disney in December, and I see that Simple Stories is going to have a Disney Christmas collection, but I don't feel like I need to buy the collection pack. I think I'm going to buy the 6x8 paper pad and a couple things to go with it, because I have lots of Disney stuff, but I like that there's representations of some Christmas in there. So I want to get some of those items to have that represented in there, because we plan to go looking at the different hotels that are decorated, and of course having some character meals and things like that. So I just wanted to come here, share with you the another class that I have finished. Both of the classes that I have finished, I believe. No, the other one was a create and Aspire class. So that was from Scrapbooking and Cards Today. So this is a She Loves Color class that I needed to finish. And I did, and there's photos on here. And I have some leftovers to go ahead and play with still. And yeah, I just wanted to show I'm still working on those goals. Going at a slow and steady pace. So I hope you like this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I do love chatting with you, so leave your comment below. God bless, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.